Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. I think we got a pretty reasonable start here. I would even go so far as to say a pretty good start. Our opening province was strong. I think our settle over here is going to be pretty good, although we do need to figure out exactly where we're intending to put down. And we're doing okay on pacified villages, aren't we? We are currently at 5 of 8. We are in first place on this quest. It is perfectly reasonable we might get Visionary Leader this game, which I am very pleased about. It's not a big difference, and it'll be hard to necessarily be ahead on initiative. I'm just looking around here. Hard to be ahead on initiative all the time against the AI because, of course, they're going to be leading us in technology eras for almost the entire game, which means they'll have access to superior gear. But every little bit helps, right? And there are some unit types are just bad at initiative. It's possible we could pull ahead on some stuff. Alright, so let's figure out exactly where we want to put our new city down. And we have a couple of options. I like this location a lot because steel stocks are great, but the nose plays pointed out in the comments of the last episode, and by the way, if you are into like strategy games, 4X style games, and Total War a little bit, you should go check out the Nose Plays' YouTube channel, because he does some good work over there. He plays the games in a much more methodical method than I do. He's less forgetful, so if you want to see what it looks like when people remember to do the stuff they're intending to do, it's a good place to go. He pointed out that we have here a couple of water tiles that actually have land on 4 sides, which means that we would actually be able to level up a cargo dock that was built in those water tiles. You can see down here at the bottom of the tooltip. If you level up a cargo dock by building 4 districts around it, it gets +2 food, +2 dust, and 10 extra industry. So it is one of the more valuable districts to level up. 10 extra industry from a single tile is a pretty big deal. So, putting the city down here to take advantage of the mineral rich and give ourselves access to this cove is actually kind of interesting. And that gives us 3 coastal tiles right away, plus the mineral rich. I do think this tile is less good than this tile. But the expansion capability of this position is a little bit better. It is pretty awkward that there's ruins right here. It's going to prevent us from getting a lot of good... it's going to prevent us from expanding out around our initial tile very well, but I think this is still the right move. The potential for the cargo dock is cool, and also we can just build along the coast here. I mean, obviously there's a lot of coastal tiles to pick up, and this location actually has pretty limited building options. Aside from getting this tile, which is great, there's not really anywhere else to go. And we would hope that a city we take this early in the game is going to be something we can actually expand. It looks like we don't have to do any like turbulence shenanigans or anything. Just driving straight forward will get it done. Alright, and then we have a couple of other things that are going on. We are currently trying to build these 2 Vors. A couple people in the comments of the last episode, apparently I may have made some people aware of some things that they didn't want to know, and I apologize for that. I forget that not everybody grew up in the dirty parts of the internet. Let's get some more quests. Let's see if we can't get this thing. So to pacify the Gorons here, just give them a bunch of dust. I have dust, and I would love to pacify your villages, because... Wait. This is the same region as this quest. Do I have 2 different pacification quests? Can that happen? Have I misunderstood the way this game works the whole time? I always thought you could only get 1 pacification quest from a region, and if you wanted to get rid of the quest you had, you'd have to blow up the village that gave it to you. Well, shoot, I'll definitely just do this. With the hero-led army, talk to the other Goron village. This now has both of the quests on it. Okay, well, this region would give us enough pacified villages to get the legendary deed done. So I suppose we ought to go after that. It's about time to pull our hero off the ocean anyway. I wanted to put him into the city, but I guess that can wait a little bit. I would very much like to get tactical training. And then our hero was going to explore up here, I believe. We need to... Hold on, let's do this move in a way that doesn't end with me in lightning. Yeah, that'll work. We need to see what else is up here, see if Itleni is in fact a two-fortress region or not. And the submersible just kind of generally needs to scout. Let's head down here toward this this bunch of turbulence tiles. A little bit of extra scouting distance. And hey, what do you know? There's a fortress with no facilities. Alright, of limited value, that one. Alright, the Vors are coming along. Unfortunately, a little bit expensive to buy out. I suppose we're not really in a big hurry on anything else. The dust filtration thing is now 9 dust per turn. We have 3 relevant tiles. I don't think this is... Yeah, we're not in any hurry to get dust filtration up. Let's just get these guys built. With us having multiple cities, obviously, it's going to be more desirable for us to start hiring more heroes. We're going to need governors. So maybe we want to try to save dust for that. Let's move along the river a little bit. Hey, look at that. Alright, what do you guys want? Loot and lucre. Give 8 wine to ease the Spartan lifestyle of the Bastion. We do not have 8 wine. No, never mind, I totally have 8 wine. Well... They have a facility and we don't know what it is. We're about to have our actual, we're about to have kind of a navy over here. So we could just come and take this place by force. I'm a little reluctant to give them our wine, because we could just, we could pop that wine booster again. I can't, let me land here. We're going to put down this city this turn. I don't think we should wait. We have enough influence that we'll definitely be able to push through that, and we could still end up getting unit cost reduction as well. Yeah, we're on track to still be able to afford that. But when we put down the city, obviously it's going to raise the cost of our luxury boosters, so we have to decide right now whether we want to pop this wine to refresh the duration of it, and do the same with the gold, or whether I want to trade 8 wine for control of that fortress. What else do we get? Do I get a cool reward? I get 10 blood crystal. Well, we could trade in the wine, pop the blood crystal, and then we're still getting 10 of the 30 approval. The attack bonus on units is not going to matter, but we can pop these before we put down the city. That'll probably keep us high enough. Losing fervency is not great. Now, you know what? I think the wine is more valuable. The wine is too valuable. So we are just not going to be getting this fortress by quest. I should probably look over the fortress quest real quick. So you wanted me to activate 2 wine boosters. I mean, this is a good reason not to do the thing, because that's a pretty good reward. Let's go ahead and hit the wine booster now. We'll just refresh our wine booster and our gold booster. Activate 2 wine boosters. It said 0 of 2 on the thing, right? I guess, we had definitely popped a wine booster before, but I had assumed that we had popped that before we got the quest and that it wouldn't count. Okay, control the fortress and also the palliative prow is pretty cool. And then let's crack the die as well. I definitely want this die booster running. We don't really get a lot of benefit from hitting the emeralds, and we might want to just hold on to those for now. Alright, let's put down this city, and hopefully... I don't think this should take us out of fervency. And in fact, the new city should be immediately fervent. So this is 5-15, 12-7 versus 8-16, 5-6 with 10 approval. So yeah, this is definitely a better location. This is quite a bit more science, though. And it has potential. So now we have access to the Kazanji. Oh, now we have access to 3 Kazanji villages. These are actually a great assimilate for us. We're going to get plus 15% influence for the entire game, and the Kazanji are actually a pretty good unit. They're a little expensive, but actually pretty strong. Boy, do I just want to do that now? Obviously, if we're going to assimilate them, the earlier the better. As it stands right now, we are in position to make 50 more influence before the Empire plan. If we spend 30 of that, we'll still be at 88, which is enough to do this. So yeah, I think there's absolutely no reason not to immediately assimilate. And we are, in fact, holding steady at 90 approval. Let's get through that mill foundry as quickly as possible. Do I want to buy this out? No, I want to try to have dust to get a hero. We also have to actually get that tech, and that's going to be the one that pushes us over into the next era, right? So we didn't get Cultivation, we didn't get Empire Mint, we didn't get Alchemist's Furnace, and all of that is stuff we will want. So, oh, and Sewer System. Man, we really tore through this first era. I guess finding a free technology really helps with that. Alright, we'll be coming back for a lot of that stuff. Okay, what do you guys want? Give them 8 glass steel. Yes. Okay. I'm fine with it. Actually, I don't know if that was... that might not have been a valuable thing to do, because I don't know if I care about this region. I suppose it makes this area a little safer for me to travel through. We do need to think about our next region as well. So Leold has a place where there are 2 coastal anomalies. That is pretty tempting. Oh, they're both approval anomalies as well. It's a shame this has ruins on it, because it would be really cool to build here with the intent of expanding to that. And the fact that this has ruins on it means that we won't be able to level up cargo docks built here. In fact, there are 2 spaces. There are 2 water tiles surrounded by 4 land tiles here that are disabled by unremovable features. That's a shame. Now, where else could we do? We could do it over here. Oh, actually, over here there's a nice river running up to the coast as well. Although it's hard to take advantage of because of how weird and narrow the terrain is here. And if we follow the river inland, we may be able to find some reasonable inland settling spots. This is a pair of cool anomalies near rivers, not actually on the rivers, but still maybe exploitable. Oh, over here we have a river running right along the coast of a lake. Lakes are as good as oceans. This is not bad, actually, this tile right here. Unfortunately, there are no anomalies nearby. There's a nice tight cluster of anomalies over here, but again, unfortunately, something blocking the tile that we would really want to settle on to take advantage of that. Yeah, this is not terrible, though. Oh, and this is that 3-village region that we're about to pacify. Maybe Daromard is next. I'm not too worried about anybody getting Leold away from us, as things are now. But this might be a strategically valuable move. I think we're probably not building any settlers in the capital until we finish those Vors. So for now, let's just keep focused. But Daromard may very well be the next settle. Oh, and you need to start heading back toward that. I was going to have this guy speak to those villagers, I think. And then I got distracted. Surprise, surprise. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not falling for this again. I remember this. It's all pleasantries and formal language as you make contact with the inhabitants of this fortress. They are interested, however, in meeting a famous hero of Auriga. They say that this is necessary for them to believe in the strength of your empire and the benefit of your rule. They insist that they are absolutely burning with desire to meet one. I thought for a second that we maybe already had this quest this game, but I remember this quest very well. So the deal with this is, it's a trap. You can see a warm reception. They're burning with desire. The deal here is, if we show up to this listening post with a hero, they will ambush us with a fleet of fire ships. This is kind of the sort of stuff I was talking about last episode when I said that the Fomorians seem like real jerks to me. It's this kind of stuff that happens in quests. So we're gonna have to just destroy this this fortress, probably. Oh, hey, look, there's another one. Who still has movement? Oh, you have half a point of movement left. Okay. There's a weird number of fortresses that only have one facility this game. A little bit of a shame. Okay, I'm hoping that our Vors here are going to be up to the task of actually clearing out all of these fortresses. We might have to build more than 2. That may be a thing. So I'm going to have our heroes search that ruin over there and then probably just get teleported onto this army to satisfy the Gorin. Oh, you are very inconvenient right now. their zone of control is making it harder for us to move around. So we're going to wait a second and see if they go away. Red is... Though we are peaceful people, we are not entirely at ease with this. Oh. Where did I... What fortress was that? Oh, the fortress that we had just taken in Itlani. Yeah. Yep, the Fomorians are jerks. We did get that palliative prow out of it, though. It's not like it was not useful. Alright, so Iraku here gained a level and also triggered an ambush, it looks like. It started as a bit of fun due to natural curiosity. Why not do a bit of poking and exploring to see what's inside the ruins? No harm done, of course. Except in this case, where your nosy crew has disturbed the most holy shrine of some local Fomorians. The place where they say their ancestors were banished from the skies and took to living in the waters. It is their yearly time of remembrance, arguably the worst possible month to have done this. It is too late to run. Prepare yourself. Here's the thing, it is never too late to run. That's a ridiculous idea. So, it is predicting our hero being victorious against this fire ship. Is that actually at all possible? 24 attack, 34 damage with 99 defense. So we're going to do like half damage against this guy. He's going to do half damage against us probably too, but he's going to set us on fire. So I'm probably going to be hitting him. No, I don't think we win this. I think this is not doing the math right. I'm going to retreat, and then we're going to reassign this hero to somewhere else. Those guys are not moving. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't think they'll attack us across the zone border. Alright, so we'll do this, and then in 5 turns we'll swap our hero back over. We're building another Vor. The one that we have now, I think, is just going to sit still and wait for his partner to emerge. The strange golems that inhabit or operate this fortress are in dire need of their flux-inversed phlogiston ratchet. Without it, they cannot keep the fortress running according to the dictates of their traditions. It was stolen from them by the opportunistic inhabitants of another fortress. Over time, the fortresses became isolated and degenerated into every Fomorian for itself. If you bring it back, you will be not merely a friend, but a savior. So we gotta locate and capture the Manufactorium in Itlani, and then this will flip over to our control. Well, we're certainly gonna do that. Which one of these is the Okay, the Manufactorium is the one I did have control of, briefly. Okay, I mean, we'll get there. Thing still has some move left. Where do I think another fortress might be? Well, it looks like... I think we're seeing a little bottom border throb down there. So maybe up this way? Definite guesswork. Alright, I hope this guy is up to the task that we have put in front of him. We're going to be able to build a library in Amenvar. We should probably move people back to food at some point here. Obviously, you want to get through those first important buildings pretty quickly. But, like, what does this look like if we move people back to food? It only adds 1 turn to the public library, and it dramatically reduces birth time for new citizens. I think that is definitely the move. Alright, you guys need to come down here and have a word with these Gorons. Okay, pacification, which earns us tactical training, and also does not allow us to participate in this quest, which is just fine with me. And now we need something for this hero to do for the next little while here. I think probably we want to head down this way. We can meet this village, get along this river, you know, look around over here. Looks like we are at risk of meeting the Alayi. Oh, this is, in fact, the zone border. Maybe the next fortress would be down here. It might be that this is just a 2-fortress region, right? It could also be up there, I suppose. Yep, you're just staying put. Alright. At this point in the game, I'm expecting heroes to be like in the neighborhood of 400 to 500 dust, so we're not actually that far off, and if we get a dust eclipse before winter, we could very, very easily have a secondary hero soon. I'm gonna mash the heck out of this button here so as to flee from those Alayi. I'm not even really that worried about meeting the Alayi, but I don't want them to attack me. which they absolutely will do, and they would be right to do so. It's a very, very easy win for them. Okay, 5 titanium. I suppose that's fine. You know, the game is not really incentivizing me to get mining techs, I'll say that. Alright, what do you guys want? If we colonized their region, they would be awed by us. Well, that doesn't seem super likely, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I do see anomaly near water, but, like, this is pretty far away from where I want to be. Okay, so we gotta examine this area a little bit more, too. It might be worth it to expand around red. If they take this, it locks off. Excuse me, it locks off all this other territory to us, probably. It's worth at least considering. I might be going in the wrong direction here. Maybe there is another fortress up there. How many turns off the Vor are we, too? Alright. This mastermind can finally have a chat with the minor faction in our region. Enter Technology Era 2 within the next 10 turns. Oh. Well, that was nice of them. They're just gonna join right up. Also, note that this is a Gorin village, so when we take this region over, we would have 4 Gorin villages. The assimilation effect there would be plus 20% life on all of our units, which is, you know, that's considerable. That is not nothing. Alright, let's get this guy back out on the water, probably. We can have him run over here and scout this stuff out. What is... Oh, I see. It's a zone boundary that was wiggling like that. I thought it was a weird cast-off for the Fog of War. What would it cost to rush out what's left of this unit? 120? We do have this to do. I kind of want to get people back on food. Yeah, but we really also do want to pick up another hero. I'm going to refocus people on food since it's not going to add a turn to the Vor. We got to get our population up. Alright, so let's see what is down here. I really, really do love this free embarking and disembarking thing. It makes it so much easier to explore. Yeah, I really don't think we want this region. We'd be building, like, right into blue. 5 glass steel, which at this point may as well be no reward at all. So if we put him in the rain here, we're going to have to spend a little bit of extra dust keeping him up. The fog has no negative effect, and it's not actually any further from where we're going. Right, I'm going to finish running down here because it's going to be cheap due to the turbulence, but I expect what we're going to find... Oh, well, there is a sea ruin over there. Really? Through the seaweed is the best way to do this? Are you sure? Hold on, Does the submersible trait make you not suffer the negative effects of weather, maybe? Because we're showing us having 2 movement points. Yeah, and this is 1 point of movement to get over here. Alright, so we'll go this way, and then into the turbulence, and then out. I don't think I realized that. I don't use submersibles very much, as I mentioned probably last time. Definitely one of those things where I could probably stand to, at the very least, use them more for a couple of games to get a better handle on their strengths and weaknesses, and figure out whether or not it is correct to use them more. Alright, 2 turns left on that before we can pull this guy back over. Well, where do I think we might want to go now? I guess there's stuff in this direction. Okay, and there's another point of population for the capital as well, which is cool. And 10 blood crystal. I don't really care about that, but who knows? It could be okay to have. You can take this Empire plan, which I think... Oops, this. Which I think we want. We can't afford to go to the next tier on anything. But yeah, if we're talking about building more Vors, and also this does reduce the cost of settlers. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. I do not know where we're going technologically from here. Wow, 100 dust was a pretty good find. So heroes... Oh, heroes are in the low 300s right now. We're not nearly as advanced as I thought we were. in terms of their costs going up. Well, that's awesome. We're getting a hero this turn. But it doesn't have to be right this second. Hold on. Oh, the cost of the Vor went up because we air'd up, so he's going to come out with... he's going to come out with another level on him. Well, we can afford to rush him and still buy the hero, and I really, really would love it if we could just get to having the guys done, get to building our library and stuff. So, let's do that. Over here, we finished that guy. Probably don't need to build a burrow right away. I suppose this is a fine time to build dust filtration, although it does only work during the summer. Do I want to maybe build units instead? I suppose we could just, well, if I'm going to build a settler, I probably want to wait until next turn. Yeah, I probably want to build a settler. Maybe we start the burrow. 3-3-4-3 versus 4-1-2. But if we build here, we're reducing our ability to level up the cargo dock that we might eventually build. And this direction does have food. Is that the right thing to do? Maybe we start putting in, like, for a Vor or a Kazanji. I don't think we're going to get a Wonder out of this city. Now, let's put a turn to build into the dust filtration, and then next turn, we'll start building a settler here, baby. Yeah, that's not terrible. I don't hate that. Okay, let's get research. Probably just go into cargo docks right away, right? It gives plus 5 industry on every sea or lake tile in the entire city, and it's a 10 approval gain, and that's even if you can't find a way to level it up. I think we'd be very silly not to take that. There's lots of other good stuff to research in the era, obviously, but I think that has priority. Okay. Let's get that hero. Who's going to make a good governor? Obviously, there are cultists available. Influence Boost 3 is difficult to pass up, given what we suspect we are going to be doing this game. But real quick to look at everybody else. Slavery, which, I mean, we do have a 3-village region. This is not terrible. That guy is just bad. Science Efficiency 1, Industry Boost 1, Influence Efficiency 2. Yeah, I don't think anybody here really comes... Okay, Influence Boost 3 on that guy as well. But I can't imagine her tree is anywhere near as good... Bunch of health regen stuff. Yeah, her tree is nowhere near as good as Ozex is going to be for us. It does feel like we bring cultists in as governors an awful lot, doesn't it? So where do we want to put him? Ordinarily, I would say the cultist goes in the capital, right? But we actually have way more bodies here. Yeah, I think we're going to get more benefit out of him here. The population of this city is going to be pretty strong, in part due to all the villages. Alright, you are good for the turn. So, I mean, winter's coming on pretty soon. It actually could be quite a while. And again, we don't know if we're going to have a dust eclipse first or not. Okay, so we finished off that. We got our main maritime academy. And now capture the localized fortress in Therat or Therat. Either one of them will work. That's these are both in Therat. Well, that is inconvenient. It's not actually that far away, but it's not. We'd have to go the wrong way through the oceans, or take a slightly longer path through the stuff that we actually want to get. Yeah, that's a little non-ideal. What do we get for that? 15 gold. That's not even a good reward. But obviously, also progress toward the next part of the faction quest is not meaningless. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed about that. This guy can be reassigned. We may as well make his moves first. Looks like actually we're not going to be able to get anywhere meaningful. Yeah, well, start moving this way. Yeah, we can at least have the mastermind search these ruins after he's gone. And we cannot take a new quest in this region. Yeah, I thought you have already obtained a quest from the minor faction of this region. That was my understanding of how this works. I wonder if we got a weird bug with Daramard. I wonder if if it had something to do with the fact that we saved and quit and then reloaded the game, and like maybe the flag for not letting you talk to the new village, talk to other villages in the region, doesn't get set until the beginning of a new turn or something. So if you save and load on the turn that you loaded, I don't know. Let me tell you something. As somebody who worked in software engineering for a while, customers trying to guess, users trying to guess what the bug might be, almost never helpful. Okay, 50 dust. This is a Sisters of Mercy region. We can see Red has taken this region, so they've locked us off here. If we wanted to get Garant, this would probably be the moment to do it, but honestly, I don't think Garant's a very good region. I guess there are some spots over here where we could get a fair amount of water tiles and also access to this dirt field, which has quite a bit of, or this mineral-rich dirt field. It's quite a bit of industry on it. We also do have a spot where actually we have a water tile with 5 land tiles around it, which is fairly unusual. And let's reassign this hero to a place where he can start getting a little bit more XP. And also, his approval boost isn't super relevant right now, but at some point this wine's going to run out, and then we're going to be happy he's over here. And with our new Vors, let's get a move on here. Let's actually talk about the Vor design a little bit. Like, what if I wanted to make them really tough? How expensive is this actually going to be as a retrofit? Or, sorry, this one. Because this is a huge amount of extra stats, right? The hydrofoils are 10 initiative or 18 initiative and +1 move for 90 extra industry. Like, that's not bad, obviously, but it doesn't have nearly the effect that this has. So what is the retrofit cost on that? They would be 100 and, wow, almost 130 each. Okay, well, that's not happening for a while. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll just be a lot of turbulence. I do intend to do the quest thing, but I really want to get over here and get a hold of this stuff before Red does. Not that he's necessarily going to go for boats early. He might not, but also he might. The AI can certainly afford to do things like that. Doesn't mean he will, but he can afford to. Try to get this guy away from that neutral army before he gets attacked. Okay, they weren't after him anyway. Man, we are doing all right on finding dust in ruins today. Okay, the other fortress was down here. Turns out this region just extends way further to the south than I was expecting. And we can see pink a little bit, so for context... Alright, pink is not my problem, that's for sure. Pink is all the way on the other side of blue. That doesn't necessarily mean that we can ignore them. Oh, I forgot I was gonna build a settler. Well, it's not like the thing we built there is not good. But I did basically lose a turn on building this settler. So, since we're already gonna be food locked... The settler in 3 turns, and then... Honestly, maybe it might be Daramard. Garant is non-zero strategic value. And Daramard is not, like, they're not next to it yet, so maybe we have some time on this. I think the villages, or I think the region's actually quite valuable for us. But yeah, maybe we need to take this first. Also, I should probably think about talking to that village. And we're gonna... I know we have like a straight line drawn out, and I could just draw a path and say, hey, figure it out. But my experience has been that the AI is not always super good at dynamically redrawing the path to account for weather. We could retrofit one of these Vors. Do I want to just do that? Yeah, you know what? I don't want to lose these units. They're a pain to build. I'd really love to not have to build any more of them. Well, I mean, that's not gonna... We're always gonna have to build more of them, but... I'd love to build no more than I have to. Do I want to try to go up to a full fleet, though? We could go to 4 Vors. We could build them with the good gear on, now that we're no longer, like, quest bottlenecked by it. If we did that, we'd be looking at 5 turns each. Megapole is pretty out of reach for this city. It's just not enough industry. We could get a settler here as well. And just take Daramard and Garrett. You know what? I don't hate that. Let's do that. Gotta make sure we don't get hemmed in by our neighbors too much. And then both of these cities need to get on the cargo dock thing immediately. And that's probably where our dust needs to go as well for the foreseeable future. Come on, show me a whole bunch of dust. The Night Hammer. Long and unusually heavy for a bow. That is a pretty alright bow, though. 116 attack, 60% attack, 59 damage plus 30% damage. Okay, so we don't know who Green is yet, right? Yeah, we're suffering from a real lack of information about our neighbors. Okay, so we can see here, Cat's Paw. We can just take control of neutral armies. People have talked in the comments of the last episode a little bit about like when that's a valuable thing to do. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to identify good opportunities to use it. Right now, I think we're gonna try to save a lot of influence because my primary concern at the moment is making sure that we're going to be able to get a decent empire plan with the expansion that we're gonna do. And also dealing with other players is important. We might not have to engage in a whole lot of war if we have some influence and the ability to make peace. Return to this bastion when you are ready to give them 100 dust. Ooh. The leader of this fortress is named Lura, though as the gender is not clear, you need to choose your words carefully in conversation. Lura is willing to swear allegiance if you can show your dedication in the most pragmatic way, by paying them. Lura promises that if you give him or her or it a certain quantity, he or she or they will be content to let you use this fortress as your base. Well, okay, here's the thing. I don't think it's worth going after that. I don't think it's worth paying them, because I think we would lose control of this fortress too quickly. The roving Fomorians will just take it back, because they are a violent people. Just as they took this back, and, you know, we'll just get it the old-fashioned way. Through murder. Time-honored human tradition. Alright, let's see what we're looking at in terms of cargo dock cost. My suspicion is it's going to be a higher number than I would like. So right here, 10 turns, or 2,100 dust. Awesome. And here, where would we build this here? Does it matter much? Well, if we build it right here, or I guess either of these spaces makes it easier to level that up. If we build it right here, then it is possible to level this up, which it is not otherwise. So actually, I kind of like that. Okay, we have a dust sink for the foreseeable future. So, I'm thinking we're looking at, like, Diplomats Manse versus going back to get Empire Mint versus picking up approval stuff. Also, man, it really did take a long time for this winter to go off. We totally could have gotten cultivation. I do want to make some friends early. And the earlier we make some friends, the easier it's going to be to hit the diplomatic point total that we need if we do, in fact, intend to try to win a diplomatic victory. Plus, this is a thing we can get benefit out of without having to build anything in our cities, which is a little bit of a concern for me right now, because I think we are we are going to be tied up for a little while. All right, let's maybe try to come over here and see what Pink's deal is. We can see a little bit of this is Kapaku architecture. Oh, hey, guys, how are you doing? I was going to go talk to that village, but maybe we'll go talk to this one instead. We do need to meet the other players for the purpose of diplomatic points as well. Alright, what would you like? Parlay with at least 5 minor factions. That's a considerable reward there. It's a shame that we got that as late as we did. 6 units in the garrison already. Out of curiosity, where does Red rank military strength-wise? Oh, they're not that high yet. The Vors continue to slowly move forward. And this is the tile we're going to. That's a weird route. Why are you guys trying to take such a strange route? Ah, because there's guys right here. Well, the fact is, we're going to have to fight them anyway. So we may as well go for this. Right, because we're going to have to fight them to secure the region. Alright, I think this should be pretty beneficial for us. So we have here a Vor 2, who is level 2, and a Vor 3, who unfortunately is only level 1. But we should be able to win. So one thing that does bother me is that you just have to remember the battle effects of ocean weather tiles, because you don't get the mouse over on them in combat. You can zoom out and find, like if you click outside the battle, you can mouse over the tiles and then bring that knowledge back into the battle with you. But it seems super strange to me that you don't get to just know that the whole time. I don't know why the one with all the health would want to start so far back. Obviously, these guys are just going to charge us, and then we are going to have at them in a very serious way. So we have the Acid Spray trait, which is going to allow us to do area damage. And of course, we have Turtle. They're going to have a hard time killing me here. Yep, our stuff is pretty alright. Ooh, 101 damage, damn. Well, the good news is we will heal over time. The bad news is that was a lot of damage. Like a whole lot of damage. Okay, so over here, where do I want to put down? This location is not too bad for trying to get a cargo dock set up there that we could level up quickly. But obviously, this location is a better immediate settle because of all of the ocean tiles it has access to. A disheveled archaeologist by the name of Ruta Kletrops claims to have discovered fresh chambers likely to contain great riches in an ancient ruin. Problem? Armies of monsters guard the region, and Ruta is not sure anymore which of the 2 regions you will find it in exactly, or which of the 2 ruins. Will you be the one to find the right location? So search 2 ruins in Enolia to get 50 titanium. Where is Enolia? There's a button on that quest. Ah, over here. The button on that quest you can click on. Okay, we did not do this. Red showed up and burned the village to the ground. That's a shame. I would have liked a chance at all that Palladian. Well, I'm going to pop into Red's territory and search this ruin real quickly, and hopefully they're going to be okay with that. Alright, 10 titanium is like okay. I think we want to keep the die booster running for the foreseeable future, but we do not have any more wine. So we are at just barely north of content, and it's going to get worse from here. Yep, that's what I thought. Our mastermind is getting harassed by Bos. Well, obviously we're retreating. That's not going to go anywhere. We could catspaw them. Oh, green is forgotten. Okay. That is potentially a problem for red. Forgotten tend to be pretty aggressive in my experience. In a nearby region called Dasraj, capture or destroy the city. You'll get a tech and also pacification. But, like, that's a tall order, dudes. Obviously, this is going to be... I suppose this could be Dasraj. But that, yeah, declare war, take a city. Like, they're asking an awful lot there. So I do probably want to meet the Kapaku if I could. Since they're far away from me, they don't really pose any threat to us. Yes, I'm not allowed to send an introduction message to them, even though I have definitely seen them, because my unit is stealthed, so they haven't also seen it. I don't think there's a way to just not be submerged anymore. It would be really cool if there was. Okay, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful with this attack. We want to make sure we keep our Vor2 back. And we've got the Settler out of Amenvar. So, how are we going to do this? Where are we going to do this? I guess I really don't have much choice but to come in over land. That is a unit of ended. Well, let's stay on our side of the border. I'm thinking here is definitely interesting. This is certainly a better tile immediately, though. I don't know. It's not a problem we have to worry about right now. Not a decision that we have to make this turn. We do definitely need to keep expanding quickly. We actually negative on dust now all of a sudden? Oh, it's dropped us back to content, despite the fact that we're at 60%. Well, you know what? I'm gonna pop these emeralds to push us back over to happy. Okay, we have formally met green. We're under attack. Yes, that makes sense. Yep, I can see why you might do that. I mean, because you're a monster. Hey, let me move. No, okay, I'm apparently not going to be allowed to move. So see, the AI does get that, like, instant transmission of their orders sometimes, which is a little bit frustrating. Okay, so if we put down right here 2, 3, 9, 11, here we get 4, 16, 11, 12. It really is quite a bit better. This has some interesting growth prospects, and I mean, like, the district here is valuable because it gets us another anomaly. I think I am actually going to do this one. We still have the ability to build out to here eventually, which we may totally do. You know what? Honestly, though, what are the odds I'm going to build a cargo dock here and then build around it enough for it to matter? Because I would have to build over all of these. And that's a lot of, like, building inland and not taking advantage of the coast. Maybe this is right. Well, I think in either case I go here. But we need to decide this now because I need to have the order queued in, and then we need to do it fast at the beginning of the next turn so that I don't get my settler killed. We may as well resolve this. Get him! It's poor sportsmanship is what it is. Alright, yeah. Yeah, this, like me building from here to there and then putting up the cargo dock and then building all of these spaces, which do not get us access to any new anomalies or ocean tiles. Just, it seems unlikely that that's a thing that's worth doing. Let's take this better initial settle and hope for the best. You need to find something useful to do. Boy, I don't even know. Territory is mostly pretty explored. I don't think it benefits us much to head toward green stuff. We could actually formally meet blue now and start trying to establish a relationship. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Oh, wait, you can't get out of the water anywhere up here. Holy crap. Alright, well, that guy's going to have to just turn around a little bit. Okay, now we've met pink. Am I adjacent to... Nope, I guess it... Oh, you know what? Cities probably have true sight. Howdy. We are probably going to be the best of friends. Maybe. We are possibly going to be the best of friends. Right, let's get the heck out of here. That was really all we needed from you. So... I'm wondering if this is an island. It could just be a weird peninsula. Islands often have, like, pretty good stuff on them. So if it is an island, it behooves us to take advantage. Alright, let's get control of this. We have to be a little bit careful here not to lose a Vor. But I think we should be able to handle that. We do not want to start in the seaweed. You know what would be really cool is if we fought them in such a way that we could trick them into moving into the lightning. I don't think that's going to work. He's going to want to move in a straight line toward me, but you know, AI is not super bright. So as it stands right now, he's going to move 3 spaces straight forward and end up here. This guy may end his turn there, but he also could end it there. I think what I'm going to do is move to this space. If I do that, though, I can't really protect this guy. I want them to come to me and then fight me in the lightning storm. And I'm worried that if we do this and we move the Vor out to here, the injured Vor out to here, they're probably just going to go after him. Yeah, this is probably not actually going to work. We can put the injured Vor right there. And then we'll still be able to respond if they try to go around, but we're also setting the lightning trap. And that guy did run directly into the lightning, which I really appreciate. And you two should probably be targeting the same enemy. Okay, yeah, they're just going to go after him. Okay, so he's dead. Oh, maybe not. He's dead now. He didn't even fire back that time. Oh, it took us way more hits on them than I was expecting. But this is mine now. What is the quest here? Precious wealth? Oh, this was return with a bunch of land units, right? Yeah. Not useless, certainly, but not something we're going to be doing anytime soon. Well, now that we only have the one Vor, we probably can't force our way through many of these other places. But you know what? I built this unit without an improved movement trinket. Yeah, you know what? It's not a big deal. Although this moving down to here is a little inconvenient. It will be tough to reinforce this city. It's a good stakeout against blue, but it's going to be awkward if they attack it. Well, we'll have to get some Kazanji going, that's all. Alright, so you guys have the lay down a city order. We hit this, and then we're just going to mash the hell out of this button, as we do. And we are definitely not building up dust. Like, this is actually pretty bad. In terms of being able to buy out the... cargo docks, we definitely have to go back and get Empire Mint now. This is the latest I have ever gotten Empire Mint, I think, and it feels terrible to wait even this long. I'm going to garrison this guy for a moment. And the thinking behind that is, first of all, we don't have to pay army upkeep for him when he is not his own army. And secondly, I think they regen faster. Plus 25% health regen. So we'll do that for a moment. We'll get him back out on the high seas soon enough. Yeah, we do need to take this region soon as well. I just want to make sure we get this before blue moves up on us any. So yeah, you have to go back here to make landfall anyway. And I suppose what this guy should do is really go over here and try to make contact with those fortresses. We just have to get control of either one of them, right, in any way. And where the heck is my faction quest? Is it at the beginning? It is here. Yeah, just capture either one of those fortresses. I think we're going to be able to do that through questing, so we might if we go over there and talk to them, we might get a little bit lucky. Okay, and here in Garant, we are going to quickly need a mill foundry. Probably that's worth... Ooh, wow. That's a big difference in citizen time. You know what? It might be right to do this. Take a turn slower on the mill foundry, but get that point of population faster. It's much, much faster. Oof. And our cities are just not good enough at building things. Well, once we have the Empire Mint, we may take a quick break from the cargo docks to get those mints established, and that'll help quite a bit. Okay, winter without a dust eclipse is actually pretty bad for me. I needed the money from that dust eclipse. Well, the good news is we're in a good position to pick up a lot of pearls. A lot of pearls spawn on the water at the beginning of winter. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I even looked at this. The modifiers are always the same in the first winter. Okay, and now we have the ability to make peace with people. So, this is probably a good time to start chatting with our neighbors. In particular, I'm thinking red and blue we want to talk to. We don't have the ability to talk to blue just yet. But let's have a quick chat with red and see if they can be convinced not to try to murder me. You know, that's not that far away. We could trade them some of our dyes. It looks like nothing else even makes a dent. And it would be most of our dyes. We're more than 10 turns off of the Empire plan. With 4 cities, our Empire plan's it's going to be 80 to 40. So we're definitely going to be able to run this plan again, but also, honestly, we might even be able to do better. I think it's worth making this deal. I think we can afford to make this deal, and this makes it harder for them to suddenly turn on us, or at least makes them less likely to suddenly turn on us. What is the exact amount of dye they want? Because I do not feel like I am in a place to try to give them a favorable deal just for the positive diplomatic points. Or for the, for the positive relationship modifier. But I do really want them not to suddenly attack me, because I would die. We would not survive an attack by any of the other players at this moment. But how are you coming along? It'll be a couple more turns before he's ready for action again. Unfortunately, this is just going to be a kind of a brutal winter. It was all downside. So our approval level right now is content. Founding that last city hurt us pretty badly approval-wise. Founding this next city really won't. It's going to take us to lower content. What's up? A map exchange. That's very interesting. The AI doesn't usually just offer you a map exchange, and my feeling is that if they are offering this, it's because they feel that this deal is positive for them, which means that by accepting it, we may just get some friendship out of them. And honestly, yeah, I would kind of like to see what they know of this area down here, because I bet it's pretty extensive. Let's do it. I don't have the influence to be making deals like that myself, but if they're going to offer... Hey, here's an interesting question. No, I guess I was going to say, how is it they don't have vision of this? But I guess they just barely got vision of that region. So they don't really know that much that we didn't know. Oh, they do know the starting locations of all players, though, because they're Draken. So we get to actually see... This is another Kapaku player. And what is blue? Blue's Alai, right? We know that. Okay, so there's another Kapaku player over there. We are not really in a position to have to deal with most of the players on the map right now. And we're actually kind of keeping up in settling rate with the AI, which is a good thing. Okay, we gotta be pretty careful, because our mastermind is, like, very killable at the moment. We could jump in the water. That might save us. But maybe we just don't try to take the most direct route to blue here. I'm actually just going to end my turn right there. Alright, you need to head in this general direction while keeping a lookout for pearls. And you are probably putting down, like, right here in the crook of the river? So we can't have watchtowers at all, right? There's no watchtower availability on this thing. And, yeah, none of the techs that are watchtower upgrades are available to us. No, Enlightened Trade is. So we could build remotoscope factories once we get that. But basically, the free watchtower that you get for building a city on top of a watchtower foundation is not going to be relevant to us here. 41014. Once winter ends, this is actually going to be a considerable amount of food and dust as well. Yeah, I think this is probably the right move. 2911, but with some approval. No, we want to take advantage of all this beautiful water. And that is an immediate 4-village region. I mean, I do want to get the mill foundry done. But also, look at that. Let's get a point of population in the city first. We'll just get one population real fast, and then we'll use that point of population to push the mill foundry through. We'll move everybody back over to industry. I think we're making some good progress here in terms of setup. Daramard is never going to be a super powerful city for us, but it's got strategic value. This is just land that we're staking out, keeping away from blue. We're going to be able to take Leold pretty easily. Aldo Dev is less certain, but also less valuable, I think. But I have to be honest with you, I'm a little worried about red encroaching and blue encroaching and leaving us with not very much viable territory. I was kind of hoping to be able to avoid a war through the early part of the game, but I don't know. We'll see. That may or may not actually be viable. But I think that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We've done some decent expansion here this episode, but we're probably going to have to keep pushing. So come back next time for more expansion, more Vors eating metal out on the sea. Apparently their mouths are okay with that. And hopefully, no sudden deaths. No sudden me getting declared war on and eliminated from the game. And we'll see you then.